Welcome to a Healthy Conversation. Okay, so we were having entirely too much fun and we're both kind of giggling right now. But today's segment is about something not so funny. Although, you know, really, what was the commercial with the older lady that was from years ago? Do you remember?
I've fallen, I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up. And the truth is, if you are anywhere in the boomer age, or a little bit older than that, which is where you are, or a little bit younger than that, I guess I'm at the bottom of boomer, so I'm not quite at the younger. But in that age range, you probably remember that commercial, and you probably laughed, just like we did. We laughed at that commercial. Well, here's the thing. Now we have parents who have fallen and can't get up.
The boomers also, not just
well,
the
yeah,
parents.
and we're headed there. Because as we age, we start to get weaker. I have a memory of being told by my mom, and it's a memory of being told because none of our family was there, that she got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and she fell in the bathroom and couldn't get up and laid there, and I get emotional thinking about it. She couldn't get up, so she laid there on the cold bathroom floor the entire night. She didn't have her alarm thingy that she wore on, so my sister or my brother-in-law found her the next day, and she got very sick afterwards because she'd been laying on the bathroom floor all night long. So that's if you're talking about taking care of your parent. But what we were talking about is taking care of us, taking care of you. So I told you that we were in Florida a few weeks ago, meeting with our friend who's a physician, an anti-aging physician, and talking about doing some work with her that we'll tell you more about later. And I asked her the question, right? We were standing in the kitchen, she and her husband, and I said, hey, what's up with people falling down? Why do people fall down? Because you hear all the stories
Sure.
about people falling down as they age. And remember what she said? She said?
Hip flexors.
Hip flexors.
Yeah.
She said hip flexors. I said hip flexors. Because we teach a lot that you want to keep your legs strong. John definitely talks to his customers about that, and we talk about that in our facilities, that if you do leg presses.
Very
right?
important.
And leg extensions, right?
Well,
squats.
I think there's one thing that most people do when they work out that they shouldn't do. They just rely completely on cardiovascular, not enough on strength.
Bad idea.
Exactly.
Bad idea, because the building of that muscle strengthens the bones, strengthens
Exactly.
everything. So you definitely want to strengthen your quads and strengthen your glutes. You wouldn't want to work on the lower extremities, especially as you age. But here's the thing about hip flexors. This was awesome. I said, why do people fall down? And she said, well, hip flexors. They stop using their hip flexors. She said, notice someone who's older when they're sitting down. Pay attention to how they get out of their chair. They do this, and they push. And now they're using their upper body strength and not using their lower body strength. And as she was telling John and I this, do you remember the example that I gave her that I had become aware of after I had Epstein-Barr?
Mm-hmm.
The car?
Yeah.
I said, you know what I realized? I caught myself after I went through a 2-year period of dealing with Epstein-Barr, which is adrenal fatigue. I caught myself one day opening my car door, turning to get out of the car, stepping out, and I caught myself pushing out of my car. And I was aware, what am I doing? Well, as time went on, I caught myself doing it more and more. So a way that you can prevent falling as you age is to strengthen your lower body. And a test that you can do right now is pay attention when you get out of a chair. Now, we told Marcia about this test, and she said she started to really pay attention when she was sitting down, and she caught herself doing this, okay? Now, you might catch yourself when you're getting out of a chair doing this. You absolutely, when you're sitting in a chair, don't want to push off with the arms or with the seat. Or if you're sitting on the floor, if you're sitting in your car, you don't want to push off with your arms. A much better alternative, but still not where you want to be, is what Marcia was doing. She caught herself pushing off from her legs. Here's where you want to be. Pay attention when you're in your car, when you're in your chair. When you stand up from any sitting position, you want to let your legs and your core do the work. It's almost a good idea to put your hands out like I just did and force your lower body to do the work. When you do this and you pay attention, you can feel the core working. You can feel the quads working. You can feel the glutes engaging. And those are the lower extremities. So listen, go sit in a chair, go sit in your car. Everybody's thinking about it right now, including you. I can see that look in your eye.
You know, another nice thing you can do too is take a couple of empty 1-gallon containers and fill them up with a little bit of water, a couple of pounds, and practice sitting down in that same chair.
No, that's great. That's great
Yeah.
lower body workout. Tiny little simple lower body workout. So go do the test. Go sit in a chair, sit down on the floor, sit on a bench, sit on a stool, go sit in your car. Do the test and just see what you do. And train yourself not to use those arms, not to use that upper body strength. And then, like John is saying, grab a couple weights or grab a couple gallon jugs and fill them with water and have them sitting by a chair and do some up and down. They're squats. That's what they are.
Exactly.
Do some up and down, standing, sitting motions, and you'll begin to strengthen that lower body. And you won't find yourself falling down as you age. Okay, you are very, very kind, and I just kind of shared and I taught, and you just stood there smiling, looking at me.
It's easy.
Lovingly, very lovingly. See you next week.